Good day, colleagues and friends. I'm Derek Schroeder and I am the senior pastor at the Lighthouse, Parow in Cape Town, South Africa. It's my privilege to introduce my colleague, Pastor Susie Abrams, who is responsible for the missions mandate in our church, and she's also doing lots of other things. But today, we are very excited because it's such a privilege to convey to you what God has laid on our hearts concerning missions. We are endeavoring to awaken the church of Christ to the task of missions. So what we do is we are putting together a missions conference that will take place on the 21st or the 23rd of November 2024. An opportunity not to miss.
And for this conference of ours, we are going to use two key scriptures which will form the basis of this endeavor. That's Matthew 24:14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come."
In addition to that, our mandate in Matthew 28 verse 19, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, all of them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit."
And that word nations, as you look at scriptures, the Greek word pantata ethne. So Jesus was not referring at all to countries or nation states. The wording he chose, the Greek word ethne, instead points to ethnicities, the languages, and the extended families which constitute the peoples of the earth.
And our aim is to network far and wide and invite all our missions leaders, our co-workers, our pastors to attend this conference.
We will also be liaising with different speakers to run plenary sessions. We will have keynote speakers. You will receive an invitation because we are extending it to various churches and missions organizations. We will be using our social media platforms, so you can be watching out for that. We're also using banners and flyers.
Fellow co-workers, we are trusting God to release a sound of worship that will reveal God's heart for the nations and to send out an urgent message to the church to engage every leader in this regard.
We will address the nations on our doorstep as well as those further afield, with special emphasis on the unreached, the least reached, and the unengaged peoples groups of the earth.
And that is why we will have topics such as God's heart for missions, the role of the church in this context, discipleship and mentoring towards missions, mobilization, a church planting vision, relief and development of communities.
We will speak at large about the task remaining because as we look at the world, we see that the task remaining is reachable, it's almost tangible, so we will be talking about that. We will do intercession for missions, talks on that. We will also point out the persecuted church, those who are being tortured for their faith. We use tools to mobilize. We're going to talk about train for missionary care and mobilizing the next generation for missions involvement.
So friends and partners, we value outcomes such as encouraging pastors, ministry leaders, and laypersons to go back to your home churches and challenge the people and the young people to be catalysts that revive the missions fire across the globe. This will encourage Lighthouse Ministries as well to stay the course and to fulfill prophetic words spoken over her over many years.
And that the church in South Africa will send teams of people to the unreached, and many teams locally for the church to realize the call and just how valuable it is to complete the task of missions.
We thank you and God bless you.